Hi, this is Liddy Clark. I'm a singer-songwriter based out of LA, and this is Young Entertainment Magazine. The inspiration for Nothing Like New York came from the song title, which I put in my phone as a note, and I just had this feeling that that could be a really cool song title. I felt like there was a really cool story behind that. And then one day I was assigned to write a song for another person in my songwriting class at USC. And I decided that I was gonna write that song title because it was something that I felt could really be super peppy and upbeat and really just something interesting. And I wrote the story about somebody who moves to New York City with you and is so excited to be there for you and loves you that much that they would move across the country for you. However, you are not sure if you would do the same thing for them, and it makes you feel a little bit guilty because of that. Honestly, TikTok has been such a game changer for the music industry, even just in the past few years. I started off actually on Musical.ly, which then got bought by TikTok a few years back, and so I already had acquired a bit of a following on that app. And so transitioning to TikTok, it's definitely a different platform, and you have different kinds of people on there and different interests. And so I feel like I've been able to reach a whole new audience that I would have never reached just with other social media apps. And it's been wonderful. I love connecting with people on there. I love using the app myself. And it's just such a wonderful platform. There are so many incredible artists that I look up to. I grew up listening to early Taylor Swift, John Mayer, Shania Twain in the car with my mom. And so I grew up on a lot of country music as well, but recently I've been loving the wave of new female indie pop artists that are coming up, like Phoebe Bridgers and Maisie Peters and Holly Humberstone. I think there's such amazing music coming out right now, and I would love to join the ranks of them someday. So right now I'm in the process of releasing an album. I've released a whole bunch of singles that are gonna be on that album. And I'm so excited because I'm going to be releasing all of the songs on the album as singles, and there's only a few more left, so keep an eye out because that album will be out by the end of the year. Attending USC was such a wonderful experience. I just graduated in the past year over Zoom, and it was just amazing to be surrounded by that many people who are passionate about music in the same way that I was. And it's really inspirational because you are surrounded by so many talented individuals who are putting everything into their craft, and it really just makes you want to work on it just as hard and just become the best version of yourself that you can be. In my free time when I'm not singing, I really love cooking. I love baking. I love watching trashy reality television shows. And I just really love going on TikTok and exploring Twitter and all of social media. I think the best piece of advice I've been given would probably be just to be nice to people and keep a level head. Like, no matter where you're at in your career, whether you're really successful at the moment or you're kind of down bad, it's important to treat people with kindness and respect because you never know who's gonna rise up and who's gonna fall. And it's just nice to be nice to people in general because everyone's going through something and it's really hard to be a person sometimes. So just put out good energy into the world. Honestly, the process of writing a song is pretty different every time. Sometimes I'll start with guitar chords that sound really cool and I'm like kind of piecing together a melody. Other times I'll just be like in my shower and I'll come up with a melody in my head and I kind of have like a chorus or like a verse written to a song before I even get a chance to go to a guitar. It really depends, and even sometimes like you bring something into a co-write or somebody else will bring something into a co-write and then you just kind of have to unravel it from there, and it's a bit of a group project, so it's super fun. Moving to Nashville is definitely something I've considered. However, I've kind of built a bit of a base out here in California. I've created a group of people that I really love surrounding myself with, and I love the weather out here, so we'll see in the future, but for right now, I'm really happy where I am in LA. The possibilities are endless. I mean, I would really love to shoot a video for Nothing Like New York. It would be super fun. I would actually love to go to New York for that. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of up to the fans, if there's a certain song that is really connecting with people and they feel really passionate about, I would absolutely love to create a video for it. I wrote the song Do I Miss You based on the title again. I really enjoy coming up with kind of creative, interesting sounding titles and then writing around that. But I wrote it at a time when I was really feeling a bit conflicted about somebody in my life, or somebody who had recently exited my life. And so I was just spending a lot of time like wondering whether I actually miss them or if I just, miss the presence of somebody in my life. And I wrote the song to kind of work through those feelings. And it's a bit of an open-ended question by the end of the song. You don't really know whether or not I do miss that somebody or if I am just feeling lonely. And I did that on purpose for the listener to really decide, do I actually miss them or am I lonely right now? Yeah, so I'm gonna list two of my favorite places I've ever performed. One of them was the iHeartRadio stage in New York City. It was this beautiful venue. The sound was amazing, and there were all these stairs that were like kind of going up, and you performed up to a bunch of people. It was so lovely, and it was in New York. And then my other favorite place that I've played would be the Country Music Hall of Fame. I went there for a radio conference a few years ago, and I played for a lot of people in that theater, and it was just such an incredible experience. Garth Brooks went on before me, which was kind of insane, and so I got to say hi to him, and he gave me compliments on my music and my voice, which was really sick, and so it just was one of my favorite experiences that I've ever got to do.